half of pairs of angles. We're going to be talking about how angles relate to one another in a couple of specific ways. And one of those ways is we're going to be talking about a problem-solving application here that involves complementary and supplementary. We recall, of course, that complementary and supplementary mean adding up to 90 and adding up to 180. Light passing through a fiber optic cable. So here's our fiber optic cable here. You can see it's sort of rounded. This would be, the fiber optic cable coming up this way, and it would continue on sort of like this. Okay, and we've got pairs of angles, and what the light does is it bounces through that cable or reflects through that cable so that it gets to where it's going. And so what we're saying is angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Okay, and 1 and 3 are complementary, and 2 and 4 are complementary. So let's see, if the measure of angle 1 is 38, find the measure of angle 2. Well, the measure of angle 2, we recall, of course, that the M means measure. It must be 38 because we know this part here, okay? And 1 and 3 are complementary. So the measure of angle 3 is equal to 90 minus 38, because really what that gives us is it gives us the complement of angle 1. And we know that 1 and 3 are complementary. So 90 minus 38 would be 60 minus 8 would be 52. And the measure of angle 4, 2 and 4 are complementary. So that would give this one also a 52-degree measure. If you want to go ahead and try this next one on your own, I'm going to go ahead and go through it and explain it. You can check your work when you get done. Suppose the measure of angle 3 is 27.6. So we're saying this is a different kind of a setup now. And so the relationships are still the same. Okay? So the measure of angle 3 is now 27.6. And if 1 and 3 are complementary, so the measure of angle 1 is 90 minus 27.6. And that's going to give us 62.4 degrees for angle 1 because they're complementary. The measure of angle 2, remember, 1 and 2 still complementary, or sorry, still congruent. So the measure of angle 2 is 62.4 degrees still. And the measure of angle 4 is not 62.4. The measure of angle 4 would be the same as the measure of angle 3. So the measure of angle 4 is 27.6 degrees. Notice they kind of go together, and this is a 90-degree angle, so they're complements like that. And so if 1 and 2 are congruent, as we see as they're marked, then these two must be congruent also. Okay, that's how that works. There's a problem-solving application for you. Now, here's the good stuff. Vertical angles. Two non-adjacent angles formed by two intersecting lines are vertical angles. So we would say, using this diagram, angle 1 and angle 3 across from one another are vertical angles. How do I remember this? They form the V, the opposite V's. Okay? So that means that angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles. What does this mean for us? It means this. It means that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. It also means that angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. How do I know this? Look at them. They're formed together. Okay? So here's what it looks like. Okay? I have two pairs of angles here, just like two pairs of shoes, and they are congruent. Okay? So, in this example, name one pair of vertical angles. Do they appear to have the same measure? A pair of angles could be angle E, D, F, and angle G, H, D, H. Another one could be angle E, D, G, And with that goes the one opposite from it. So F, D, H. Notice I've labeled them with their little mini angle marks. Okay, so take your pick for that first one. The second part is much the same, but I've already named both pairs. So yes, they appear to be equal. They appear to be congruent because they are. Okay? Pairs of angles. Thank you for watching today, and we'll see you next time.